wine?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. 2 right there. Cool. All right, so the next wine you guys are having today is made by a guy named Greg Harrington. Greg Harrington, you got it? You got it? You got it? All right. Walla Alvarado can carry more glasses than anyone in the entire world.
That's right, yeah.
He is a gifted at labor, manual labor. So one day he's going to write a book called The Walla Alvarado Manual Labor Manual. So the wine you guys have right now is called Gramercy Cellars. This is made by a guy named Greg Harrington. Greg Harrington is a very famous guy in the American wine business. He is right now. Him and his wife own this winery in Columbia Valley, in Columbia Valley, Washington. Columbia Valley is a ginormous wine growing area in Washington State. So big that it actually goes into Oregon also. It's like somewhere around 1,150,000 acres. It's huge. But right now, only 29,000 of those acres are planted with grapes, and we'll see over the years, over the decades, over hundreds of years, what exactly happens up there. But right now, it's 30,000 acres of grapes. What happens with that, and what will always happen with everything that is ultimately good and worth thinking about, something very big like that will ultimately start to get chopped up into smaller pieces, and there'll be more desirable places. Like some areas will become more desirable than others. And right now, the principal grape grown up there is called Syrah, 100% Syrah. So Washington State, Columbia Valley is to Washington State what like Napa Valley is to California, and Syrah is to Washington State what maybe like California Cabernet was to California. Syrah will effectively help Washington State one day be on the map globally as a wine growing area. Gramercy Cellars. This guy Greg Harrington, and one of April has a younger sister who used to work for us, and every time we would start talking, like there's times where we actually talk seriously, and we use thesaurus words in our private lives, and she said, oh, they're going to be, she used to live with us, she's like, oh, they're about to start talking about some smart shit. So this Greg Harrington guy is gifted in the art of smart shit. He went to, if in any industry, if you know whatever the top school to go to is, this guy went to the Cornell School of Hotel and Restaurant Management. As far as like in the hospitality business, Cornell School of Hotel and Restaurant Management is like the top of the top. It's the best place you could ever go. So he went there and he became like this. You know, he used to run all the wine programs for Emeril's restaurants, for Wolfgang Puck's restaurants. And he also is what's called a master sommelier. Master sommelier well, I shouldn't say that. Master sommelier is probably like one of the most tedious, kind of useless things to ever become in the world. But a lot of people, 80 people in the United States have become master sommeliers. Thousands have tried. More power to them. It takes a long time. It seems like a horrific waste of time and like an exercise in stodginess and genuflection towards this wine god that doesn't exist no matter what anyone tells you. God may exist, but there's no fucking wine god. So he's a master sommelier. Him and his wife make the wine up there in Washington State. This is their inaugural kind of like release as far as like available to the public. It's only available at the wineries so far. Super up and coming. I can say the Gramercy Cellars probably be one of the top 10 wineries in Washington State over the next few years. And he totally believes in, the wine is fantastic now, it's rich, it's full, it has a lot of fruit, but he makes these built to last. These are what he calls like 8-year wines, 6-year wines. They're meant to be put in the cellar, laid down, super good, rich, full, but great guy. Him and his wife do the stuff together. They have all these other smart people with them, but he's like the head of Voltron smart shit guy for this particular project. And to go with this Washington State Syrah, Matthew Poli has made what?